Hi, my name is Raina Brewer, and I'm doing my audio essay on a political cartoon of the Berlin Airlift. The Berlin Airlift was a means of aid that the United States provided to the citizens of Germany's capital city, Berlin. During the end of World War II, Berlin was divided into different sectors. Berlin, being located far inside eastern Germany, was a Soviet zone. In 1948, the Soviets' leader, Stalin, blocked all routes leading in and out of Berlin, thus cutting off the importation and exportation of goods in an attempt to make people accept communism and Soviet rule. Because of the crisis in Germany's most beloved city, America sent their aid in a way of good transporting aircrafts. It was determined that those of Berlin were in need of approximately 3,475 tons of supplies daily. Because of the great demand of supply, daily flights were more than necessary. By the spring of 1949, some 20 flights were made daily. The aircraft was working around the clock, so flights would be arriving and departing day and night in close to 3-minute intervals. The airlift was a huge success and helped many people who greatly felt the consequences of World War II in Berlin. The image I selected depicts the immense blockade that the Soviets had on Berlin. The bear in the cartoon symbolizes the Soviet Union, and as you can see, it has its arms wrapped around the city. The cartoonist wanted to show their audience that the Soviets had a very tight grip on Berlin and created the barrier that thus would cause extreme shortages in essential goods. Bears can be seen as very territorial and protective creatures, so I think that that's why the artist chose a bear to represent the Soviet Union in this particular cartoon. The point of view of the cartoonist was probably a member of the Soviet Union because it's asking how to close the gap. So I think the cartoonist was suggesting a blockade as a way of supporting his country's decision. But, on the other hand, the cartoon can be perceived in a different way. One may be able to infer that this is from an American artist's point of view, because they are depicting the Soviets as an animal and controlling for causing the blockade in the first place. The reason I chose this image was that I think using a political cartoon approach to describe the Berlin Airlift was very clever, and I also find World War II very interesting.